Welcome back, guys. This is the last part of the Stormwind campaign. We're gonna finally destroy the Dark Iron Dwarves. This should be their last settlement, as far as I know. And I think our Dwarven allies will be able to help out as well because they're within range of the battle. Let me just choose which army I'm gonna use to commandeer this. Yeah, let's use this one. This is kind of my favorite general for this campaign. Let's do it. Hopefully it doesn't crash. This is the last stand of the Dark Iron Dwarves. After this, they're finished. Let's see if they fight very tenaciously for survival. We're on the wall, and we're hitting the gates with the battering ram. The gate's almost down. Quarter of the enemy is dead, a little bit more than a quarter, almost a third. But yeah, the Dark Iron Dwarves, overall, they're pretty weak if they don't have their special flamethrower units and if they don't have their really good siege equipment. Their infantry, it's above average, but it's not enough to make up for being weak in other areas. For example, they almost never have cavalry units, like only the General's Bodyguard usually has these rams that they ride. Well, that's cool. Look at those hills in the distance. They look just like in World of Warcraft. Let's see how high they go. Look at that. Amazing view, and you can still see the units if I put my cursor on them. It tells you who they are. Very cool. Let's zoom back in. %70 of the enemy is dead. 72%. Their general should die pretty soon. His where's his bodyguard unit? This might be it. %92. $95. Let's speed it up to the max. 97. 98. And the Emperor of the Dark Iron Dwarves has fallen. Not bad. Oh wow, a lot of the nobles died. Doesn't really matter. And look, faction destroyed, the Dark Iron Dwarves. And we don't have any enemies left. It says we're at war with the Burning Legion, but they're all the way on the other side in Kalimdor. Not really gonna wait 20 turns to send a ship from here all the way to Kalimdor. So this is going to be the end of this campaign. I think we did enough. We freed so many lands from evil factions' control. Destroy the Dark Iron, destroy the Dark Horde. And since this is the end of the campaign, I think then it's not a problem if we use a cheat code, toggle Fog of War, turns off the Fog of War, and now this is interesting. Now we can see the whole map and see how other factions are doing. So, just like I predicted, this Dun Motor that was controlled by the Dark Iron, it was taken by Stromgarde. Stromgarde also took Grim Batol from the Dark Horde. They also took Witherbark from the Amani. And it looks like Stromguard did really well. Pushed back the Scourge, took Anderhall, took Alterok from I think it's usually a rebel settlement. Dalaran, not Dalaran. Lordaeron still exists. They managed to take a couple settlements from the Scourge. Wow, even Gilneas was taken by Stromguard. Very cool. We have Theramore still in possession of their island of Kul Tiras, however you say that. Over here it looks like it's a bit unfinished. The Scarlet Crusade still exists, but I think they only have one major settlement and one village, which, you know, villages are kind of worthless. Let's see, let's look at the diplomacy. Oh, this is good. So Stromguard, they allied with the Forsaken, I guess because they had the mutual enemy in the Scourge. And the Forsaken, they even allied with Lordaeron, which is cool. So they joined their forces, they put aside their differences, and they took almost every single settlement of the Scourge. The only thing the Scourge has left in the Eastern Kingdoms is Stradholm, but looks like the Forsaken are laying siege to it. And they also have 3 settlements in the former High Elf / Blood Elf territory. Looks like the Blood Elves, they weren't able to push back. They didn't really do anything. I think this is the starting position. They start off with Silvermoon and they start off with the Sunwell, and that's kind of it. And so the Blood Elves, they didn't lose anything, but they also didn't gain anything. And then the Amani, they only have 2 settlements. These are the 2 that they start off with, but they also have these 2, so they also didn't lose those as well. Airy Peak, dwarves control that, and they didn't really expand anywhere in this area. The Amani did lose Witherbark. The Amani, the forest trolls, they start off with Witherbark. But overall, it looks like up here, not much has changed, at least in this eastern half of that section. Up here, a lot changed. The Scourge got steamrolled. They lost multiple settlements. Looks like Stromguard was especially effective at taking their settlements. They took Terran Mill. They took Anderhall. Cared the Row. I don't know how to say it. The Forsaken took that from the Scourge. Maybe if this campaign went on for a while, the Forsaken would probably even take these settlements from the Scourge. Looks like the Forsaken are pretty good at expanding aggressively. The Scarlet Crusade only has Tyr's Hand. And then if we look at Northrend, not much has happened. The Goblins expanded a bit. They took these 2 settlements. The Scourge expanded a little bit. The Naga expanded a little bit. Nothing really interesting. Now in Kalimdor, a lot of interesting stuff happened. Looks like the Faraki, the sand trolls, or they call it desert trolls, whatever, sand desert. They managed to take a few places. They took Gadgetson from the Goblins. The Night Elves didn't really expand much. I think they took a few settlements from the Naga, such as this one and this one. But the real story of Kalimdor, the Horde expanded massively. I think they only start off with maybe 5-6 settlements, but they've taken like more than half the continent, it seems like. Looks like the Burning Legion only has 4 settlements. That's surprising. Usually they can sometimes be really OP and expand a lot. And the Selethid are also usually OP, but it looks like they got completely crushed by the Horde. All they have left is 3 settlements, and 2 of them are being besieged by the Horde. So they will probably fall, especially this one. So, wow, the Horde did extremely well. The Horde did even their expansion was even higher than mine in the Eastern Kingdoms. So, overall, all the bad factions have been mostly defeated in both continents. The only place really left is Northrend, but like I said, it's too big. It's not worth continuing the campaign. Better to do a separate campaign that only focuses on Northrend. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the campaign. This is the last video for Stormwind. This is a glitch where if you have multiple armies that are laying siege, even after the battle ends, it shows that you're laying siege to yourself. So let me move away. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the last video for the Stormwind campaign. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time I'll probably do a Silithid campaign or maybe something else. Maybe do a campaign in a different mod. But yeah, give it a like, please. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.